Welcome fellow Star Citizens, this is Starus again. Today I'm excited to share the first of a 3-part series on why I play Star Citizen. Do I play Star Citizen because of its stunning visuals? Is it about how I never cease to be impressed by the scale and immersion of its habitable cities whenever I land in these major population centers in the standard star system? Or is it about how we get little improvements over time, like the simple ability to tag a request for landing to a hotkey? Is it about the promise of new features, new missions, both static and dynamic, and the addition of a new playable star system called Pyro? Sure, my previous videos talked about some of the bugs in the game, ranging from the visually annoying to the game-breaking frustrating. The developers have been upfront with their communication at player base, including posting about known issues, attempts to fix them, as well as the all-important sharing on what lies ahead. But amidst all the anticipation, we have been disappointed. Despite this, I still get immersed in the level of details, not just in these key cities, but also in the close to 100 playable ships of all shapes and sizes. Just look at how these ships interact with the environment around me. I still worry about the size of the hangar that the ATC will assign my ship. I am both appreciative at how the game provides a level of realism, such that landing something like a single seat fighter like the Gladius to a near capital sized carrier clearly feels different. Ouch. That was a little hard on the suspension. Even after almost 2 months of playing, I never take landings for granted, and I still feel relief whenever the ATC acknowledges my landing. Which strangely, it did not do this time. But you knew how immersive this game is already. Many other YouTubers can and have done a much better job of showing you how real this game can be. Just look at how this simple spaceport arrival feels believable. From the time you shut off your ship's engines, to when you arrange for parking / storage of your ship, to customs and immigration, and how, like now, you start to get out of the spaceport and into the city itself. But all this immersion takes up so much computing resources, which is certainly not helped by how much of the game code is still unoptimized while in alpha. Here, I'm assisting a new Star Citizen player get the best out of his setup. Watch my video on this very topic in the link above. Meanwhile, enjoy the ride into the city, while ArcCorp Area 18 is bathed in the light of the golden hour. Notice how much of ArcCorp feels like Fifth Element, or some other cyberpunk game that you've played before. Look at all the little details, like the way the vehicles move by the highway, the reflection, the ads, the reflection of the sun off the buildings, and the ads. This clearly feels like a game universe where giant corporations are really running the show. And for the first time, even the congestion that sometimes mass or light transit systems face as they operate.
Now arriving.
But this is not what today's video is really about. I'm here in ArcCorp's Area 18 to meet a good friend, someone whom I've been gaming for almost 4 years now. The Admiral of my alliance on another game, Star Trek Fleet Command, has now become a Star Citizen. Warm welcome to CaptTsubasa, who happens to be on his way down from his habitat right now. And what better way do we assist a new player than by going through a bunker mission with him? Not only will he experience what the game's FPS aspect can offer, he will also get to see the potential that team play brings. Sure, bunker missions are relatively simple affairs these days, but we have to start somewhere. I enjoyed combined air-land combat missions like Jumptown, and I'm looking forward to upcoming dynamic events like the Siege of Horizon. my Mercury Star Runner takes off from the Riker spaceport. How many games do you know of, how many space sims do you know of that allow you to seamlessly transition from land to air to space and back again?
Engage.
And as I finish this quantum jump to a nearby moon, do you remember the stress, the first time when the bunker's turrets unexpectedly fired?
On shields.
Weren't you there to assist besieged defenders? Why are these turrets firing at you? Thankfully, this is a one turret bunker and it is easy to land outside that one turret's arc of fire. Otherwise, CaptTsubasa would surely not have been impressed by the long walk to a 4 turret bunker, or worse, making the trip back from the hospital at Area 18. And look at me, 2 months into playing this game seriously, I still scratch the paintwork from time to time. Anyway, it's off to CaptTsubasa's first Star Citizen FPS experience. And here am I, still relatively new, offering a newer player some advice. And we're off to kill the hostiles one by one. Good thing there are only 10, and there are no second or third waves, unlike at higher levels. I thought this was quite a good run actually. Notice how the NPC AI players, the friendlies, appear to be doing their job. It's not always the case. That's it. The AI still has some bugs. Just look at this fella. Even if the bunker is supposedly under siege, one would have expected that these nine-tailed taps wouldn't just be casually walking around. But interesting to see that the friendly AI with my gun down to 1 bullet, I had to meet him. Of course, part of this was also to show Tsubasa what I could do. Well, we've killed 9. There's 1 hostile left. Remember what I said about AI? Just look at how the enemy and friend AI are just facing each other. Anyway, I took this last guy out and we cleared the mission. And like all bunker missions, it's time to loot and collect some cool gear for CaptTsubasa. We went through some looting basics. And I helped myself to a new sniper rifle. And I thought that CaptTsubasa should get the best of this bunker run. So I decided to bring this set of armour over to him. And now that our Admiral is suitably geared up in stolen Ninetales armour, it's time to leave. But not before he parades his newly found gear to me. Especially the two guns that he managed to loot. Interestingly, we had a chance to talk a little bit about ship-to-ship PvP when a raid player tells us not to shoot his ship over the Google chat. The MSR shouldn't have any problems dealing with an M50, but we leave the ship-to-ship combat experience for CaptTsubasa to another day. It was getting really late, or early, depending on your perspective, so I gave the good old Capt a ride back to Area 18. Without showing him his very first spaceport landing experience. This part never gets old. Although CIG, please cut short the atmosphere transit time in Horizon. I thought I could show off my piloting skills to CaptTsubasa by flying my MSR through a very tight and narrow ATC hangar. But I think those on duty at the ATC today knew what I was up to. And they decided to assign us a bigger hangar than the one that they had assigned to me when I first got to Area 18. Did I mention ship details? Before we disembarked, Capt took a tour of the Mercury star rudder. And I showed him the secret tunnel network that the ship had, and explained to him its potential for smuggling. And it was time to part ways. CaptTsubasa and I met for lunch the following day, and from how he talked about StarCitizen, I can say I succeeded in giving him a good first play experience. I waved goodbye to him, and it was time for me to head home too. And in case it wasn't clear, the foremost reason why I play StarCitizen is not about its technical sophistication, or even about how it is so immersive. I play StarCitizen because it provides an environment for friends to have fun in. Sure, there are many MMORPGs out there, but how many of these are set in space? How many of them offer this level of immersion? And how many of them are capable of providing seamless transitions from different environments? Join me in Star Citizen. Use my referral code in the link in the description below and get a small leg up in the game. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more views and updates. This is Starus, and I'll see you again.